You know those moments that seem to hit you right in the heart? When someone says something cruel, or they just don't show up the way you hoped. When you feel dismissed, forgotten, or misunderstood. And suddenly, there's that sharp ache in your chest. That is hurt. It's tender, it's raw, it's the emotion we wish we could skip over. But the truth is, hurt is one of the most powerful teachers we have. What if I told you that hurt isn't here to break you down, but to bring you back to you? That inside every ache is an opportunity to create deeper harmony in your body, your relationships, and your life. Well, today, that's what we're exploring on I Love Me, the podcast. We'll look at the true purpose of emotional hurt, how to work with it, what it's really trying to tell you, and how it can actually help you break free from repeating the same painful cycles in life.
Love, 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 I love me.
Simple, inspiring lessons in self-love. Hello, sweet being. It's Tamara here. Let's be real. Hurt hurts. Unlike anger, which can be loud and fiery, hurt is generally quieter. It moves in slow, tender waves. It shows up when trust is broken, when love isn't returned, when we feel unseen or unappreciated. And because it's so tender, we often don't know what to do with it. So we harden. Maybe we joke it off or bury it. We tell ourselves, I'm fine. Well, the truth is we're not. But when we bury hurt, it doesn't disappear. It hides in the body, waiting for the next person or next situation that touches the same old wound. And when that happens, the reaction can feel 10 times bigger than the situation calls for. That's the thing about hurt. It doesn't vanish when ignored. It gets recycled until it's heard. So, you might be wondering, why do people do things that hurt others? The simple science of it is this. Hurt people hurt people. Yes, when a person has been hurt and they haven't resolved that hurt stays with them and unconsciously dictates their behaviors. This isn't an excuse, it's an explanation. Because in all matters of the heart, we need to start with understanding. That way, we don't need to take things so personally. So, when we don't heal our own pain, we end up passing it on. We snap at our partner, not because they did something terrible, but because they brushed up against an old wound of feeling unimportant or not good enough. We withdraw from friendships because we're afraid of being left again. We parent from fear instead of love because no one ever modeled emotional safety for us. So the cycle continues. Not because we're bad people, but because we're unhealed people. And this is why learning to work with hurt is so powerful. Because when you learn to tend to your own emotional pain with compassion, you stop unconsciously projecting it outward onto others. You stop being reactive. You stop repeating the pattern. You become one less hurt person hurting people. So, what is hurt really trying to tell us? Because like every emotion, hurt too is a messenger. Hurt is the body's way of saying, something that matters to me feels threatened. Maybe it's your sense of safety, love, belonging, or respect. Rather than running from that hurt, we can do something else. We can get curious. Instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this way, we ask ourselves, what is this hurt showing me about what I need right now? Because that's what hurt is really doing. It's shining a light on the places inside of us that still crave love and understanding. So, you can start to see that the pain of hurt is not punishment for something we did or didn't do, but rather it's a portal showing you exactly where the healing needs to happen. And the more we're willing to explore this through journaling or meditation or one-on-one healing with a therapist like myself who has specific techniques for clearing out the root cause of emotions, the sooner you can heal that old wound so you can move forward feeling more whole, more complete, just the way you are. And if you're looking for some guidance on how to journal, go to episode 20, or if you want to learn how to meditate, go to episode 41. I also run a whole module on how to heal emotions in my Remarkable Relationships program. Or if you want to go straight to the root cause of the hurt, I have a process I guide people through in my one-on-one intensive. I'll pop a link to some of those programs and those resources in the show notes. One of the hardest parts about feeling hurt is that we so often turn the pain inward. We blame ourselves. We tell ourselves we're too sensitive, too emotional, too needy. We make the hurt mean that we're not enough. And in doing that, we abandon ourselves right when we need our own love the most. So instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Ask, what happened to me? Because there's a big difference. The first creates shame. The second opens the door to healing. And we are all capable of healing if we ask the right questions. Our bodies really are so wise. When we experience emotional hurt, the body reacts just like it does to physical pain. The heart rate changes, the stomach tightens, the throat closes. Our nervous system goes into a mini state of defense. It says, protect, don't let that happen again. That's why when you're hurt, you might feel physically sick or heavy in your chest. You can experience a full body sensation, and that can feel uncomfortable. It can make us want to hide from the pain of our hurts. But we don't need to protect from the hurt. We need to protect through it. What I mean by that is take the time to sit with the hurt. I have a whole episode on feeling our emotions. It's episode 14, Fall in Love with Feeling Yourself. And it guides you through this process. But ultimately, you sit with the hurt. You give yourself permission to feel it fully, knowing that in doing so, you're giving it space to move right on out of your body. Try this next time you're feeling hurt. First, name it. Say softly, I feel hurt right now. Then, notice where that feeling is living in your body. Can you feel it in your chest, in your throat, in your stomach? Locate where that feeling is hiding out. Then breathe into that feeling. You may like to place your hand in that spot to help you focus on that area and simply breathe there. As you do, gently invite your body to unclench, even just a little. Let the breath help you breathe softness into that area so it feels safe to let go. Maybe even say to yourself, I'm safe. I'm here for you. When you hold space for your hurt and ultimately for yourself, you're not trying to fix the emotion. You're not trying to get rid of it. You're simply feeling it, and being willing to feel allows the body to heal. As the famous saying goes, we must feel to heal. Every emotion has a purpose. Anger shows us when we feel powerless. Fear shows us when we're expanding out of our comfort zone. Sadness shows us where we've attached meaning to something or someone. Guilt shows us when we're experiencing internal conflict. I have episodes going into depth on how each emotion has a clear purpose, so you know how to use them to support you in your journey. Just take a peek at the show notes for the links to those episodes. But hurt shows up where love needs to grow. It's your soul's way of saying, something in me is calling for gentleness. When you respond to hurt with softness instead of shame or shutdown, you're teaching your body that it's safe to stay open. That's how emotional harmony is built, not by avoiding pain, but by embracing it with awareness. Because harmony isn't about never getting hurt again. It's about knowing how to meet hurt so you can allow it to deepen your love for yourself. Let me give you a real-life example so you can see this at play. Say your friend cancels plans on you last minute. Again, that sting hits instantly. Your mind wants to say, they clearly don't care. But if you pause, breathe, and get curious, you might notice something deeper. I feel hurt because I value connection. I want to feel prioritized. When you can name that, you take the power back. You can now express yourself calmly. Hey, I know you've been busy, but when plans change last minute, it kind of hurts. Can we make a time that really works for you? Instead of lashing out or shutting down, you've turned your hurt into honest communication. You've taken what could have become a disconnection and turned it into deeper understanding. That is emotional mastery in action. What I love about spending time with our emotions is that not only are we healing our own hurts, we stop projecting our hurts onto others. And that's how cycles break. That's how families heal. That's how we create kinder communities. The ripple effect of us healing our own hurts spreads far and wide because hurt people hurt people, but healed people heal people. Your willingness to feel your pain with compassion ripples outward. It affects your children, your friends, your partner, your co-workers. Everyone benefits when even one person chooses awareness over reaction. So, the next time you feel that ache in your heart, remember, you're not weak. You're wise enough to notice what needs love. And by holding yourself through it, you're doing something radical. You're ending generations of unconscious hurt. So, let's close with this. Hurt doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've felt. It means you've dared to love, to trust, to care. And while it might ache right now, that ache is sacred. It's your invitation to meet yourself in the deepest, most human way, to be vulnerable. I talk all about the healing power of vulnerability in episode 15. So when hurt arises, don't run, don't hide from it, don't shove it down. Instead, take time to sit with the hurt. Breathe into it, acknowledge it, ask what it's here to teach you, and then respond with love. Because the way you hold yourself in those painful moments, that's what defines your emotional freedom. Next episode, I'll share with you a really beautiful and super powerful practice for letting go of past hurts. So please make sure you tune in for that one. But whatever you do, remember this: hurt people, but healed people, they heal the world. And it all starts with how willing you are to love you. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who might need this reminder, maybe even leave a short review or rating, and know that emotions, honestly, they are our friends.
I love me.